Done. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Today we're gonna talk about learning language. I have with me Alexandre, Jefferson, and Juliano to talk about this topic. If you don't know me, my name is Epaminondas Sá, and I'm host here on TNT. So let's start. Please, Jeff, introduce yourself for us.
Okay, good morning, folks. I'm Jefferson. I'm living in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. It's a pleasure to be here talk with Nanda, Alex, and Juliano Elias.
Thank you so much. Juliano, please, your turn.
My name is Juliano. I am 21 years old. I am a science and technology student, and I live in São Tomé do Campo. My hobbies are reading manhwas, listening podcasts, music, watching movies, things like that, I think. So that's all.
Good, good. Thank you. Alexandre, please, let me know more about you.
Right, my name is Alexandre. I live in Vitória, Espírito Santo, capital. I'm 71, just this, yes, last October 15, 71. And I'm here to learn language, right? I'm trying to learn French, Spanish. I think I can talk in English a little, I don't know, this is a good job, but and Portuguese for language. I think I will be a polyglot, but I'm here because I have something to learn every day, and here it's good to improve.
Very good, very good. Good improvement. And guys, the topic is learning language. So let's start from the number one. What are some challenges you face when learning English? But if you are learning French and other languages like Alexandre, please tell us. Alexandre, I will start from you. Some challenge you face learning language. Let me know.
In my case, I don't feel challenged anymore about talking English. Uh, I can talk in anywhere, and it's, how they say, me virar no 30. But French is a little difficult to study different, right? And it's a hard situation. I I study English, French about two months, and I barely can say some phrase like comment allez-vous, très bien, ça va, something like a little. I'm a very beginner, but it's challenge for my brain. The 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 goal is my brain learn other things, not become small, not become empty. So Spanish is easier than French. Spanish is I was Portuguese, only some little difference in pronunciation, but the words look like almost the same. And I'm trying. I want to improve, to booster English and learn how to talk in French. Not for go to there, but to steady my brain. Because my brain starts to become small and not like that.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. It's important, and it's important. Learn English is a good way to avoid issues about mind. So it's so important. It's like Alzheimer. It's a kind of issue. So interesting, interesting, and very good. Jeff, let me know about you. Challenge you face learn languages.
Très bon, très bien. I remember when I was studying Spanish and English and French. But I think you have a lot of challenge. I think the first challenge you struggling with pronunciation accents. Sometimes it's terrible. Even in Brazil, if you talk with somebody from Piauí, Rio Grande do Sul, or Rio de Janeiro, or some municipalities of São Paulo, it's so difficult. Imagine you talk with somebody from the other country. I think this is for me, the first pronunciation accent. It's not so easy. And grammar rules, I sometimes very confused and complex. And I try to read and to write. Sometimes I have doubts about some grammar rules. And now we have ChatGPT. I think it's very interesting, or Gemini, to see if the grammar is correct or not. And the third challenge, what are you talking? What are you doing here? Sometimes we have a limit opportunity for real life practice. Like here, I have just 1 hour by day. Sometimes not so easy. Sometimes I have a lot of problem with this platform. I don't know why. Sometimes I don't know. I try to book it, but I can't. And the other that I try to do this every day because I read the newspaper in English. It's remember vocabulary. Sometimes it's difficult because you can't use it frequently. So some word you don't know is a new word you use or you not use. But I used to write new words like this, to write the new words and try to think only in English or in Spanish when I'm reading Spanish, to think only in Spanish and not translate to Portuguese. And just to finish, like Nondas used to say, feeling agitated or you have a lot of mistakes, and no matter about mistakes in conversations. This is part of our life.
Yeah, for sure. Important part of our life. So, and interesting for me, I was learning Spanish. When I was learning Spanish, I always mixed Spanish and English. I'm trying to remember a sentence or a word in Spanish and I put a word in English. So my brain bug a little bit because of this. So it's crazy. It's crazy, but I have to return to study Spanish. It's hard. It's hard to I think the the most difficult part is when you are beginning when you are in the beginning of the process and to handle that, yeah, I'm not able to do this yet, so it's hard to face. So I want to talk, I have a good idea in my mind, but I'm not able to explain this idea, to tell this sentence, so it's hard for me. um Juliano, let me know your challenge learning English or other language.
Um, about this question, my challenges are understand different asset accents too, different speeds because sometimes when I listen a podcast, I can understand more, but it depends on the person that are talking English because some persons, some natives talk very faster, other not so much. So it depends a lot, you know. But in my view, I have a lot of problems to listen different persons talking English, and I think I need uh spend more time, you know, to improve this skill. Uh, that's it. I try, but sometimes it's hard because I need the other things in my day. But I think I am trying to spend more time here, not here in doing this kind of situation, listen more podcasts in my day, 1 hour maybe to try improve this skill because it's so important to have a good listen.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's so hard for me to understand music. For example, I can talk, but when I'm listening to music and understand the lyrics, it's so hard for me. Oh, I can't yet. I have to do more to listen more music, but it's hard. Practice, normal, but it's hard. Guys, let's talk about the number two. I know that everybody here has your own process, your own method. But let's think about the number two. Have you ever tried an online methods or apps besides TNT to learn a language? Did they help you or not? Let me know. Juliano, let me know.
Uh, I use I already use some methods or apps. Uh, I begin with Duolingo, but I didn't like. It didn't work to me, but I began using it. Nowadays, I just use Anki because I put the words there to do flashcards. And it works a lot for me because like I can remember the words and when I am in here talking, I can remember the words a lot of times to talk. So this combination, this mix works a lot for me. And of course, uh uh talking helped me a lot, so I think it's a combination using flashcards and Anki and talk because I could learn and talk in English. Because before talking, I didn't talk. You know, After talk, I could improve a lot and talk. So I think this mix, flashcards and talk could do it. So nowadays I just use these two methods or apps, flashcard to Anki Drive to flashcard, talk for conversation, and see some videos in YouTube in English to learn more. That's it.
Yeah. For me, it's the best method as well. Flashcards and TNT for me is the best. It's worked a lot for me. And you, Alexandre, let me know your methods.
So I have lots of methods. I will not say anymore. I will try because when you try, it means that you can fail and you can stop, right? So stop saying I will try. Stop saying I will do, right? And you say I will do, and then you commit yourself to do something, right? And I do a lot of methods. I started on Duolingo and in the beginner, and then the American election in 2016. I watched a lot of speech from Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and I enjoyed these speeches, and it captured me to study English. And then I went to school to study, but I didn't learn much there. I didn't even I couldn't even understand small videos, small listen. But I continued studying. I went to Toronto in 2019. I faced difficult time there. And I'm here on TNT since July 2020, have a conversation. Now I am doing advanced Duolingo, very hard, because I went to pass in all the tests on Duolingo, and now I am in the high advanced Duolingo, and it's helping me to create a new way to talk in English. And I follow a teacher from Canada. I really recommend people following Jennifer Forrest, because if you want to expand your language, if you want to 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 talk as a native speaker, you need to know some rules, right? Some pronunciation. You need to know the accent of every word. And then when you follow when you listen the Jennifer Forest video, you can learn from the beginning to the advanced in a same way, because she teaches by reading news. Like Donald Trump made the terrible mistake calling Kamala Harris as a junkie, a junkie. And then she explained, the news continue, a lot of comments, and she explained everything you need to know, every word, every adjective, every adverb, uh, present perfect, present, past perfect, future. You can boost your English in 1 hour easily. I have more than 100 videos from Jennifer Forest. I guess it's helping me refresh my mind about something I learned later and I forgot. And then I hear again, I remember she said something important, right? And a lot of expression that you can learn. And I would like to use an expression here to Jefferson. And ask Jefferson, what do you do to give your brain some slack? Peguei?
I got it. I got it.
What you do to give your brain some slacks?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Reading
What
all
you
the
do?
time.
What do you do to give your brain some slacks?
I have no problem about this.
Uh,
I think the other way. If I can't have the answer about something, I need to think the other way.
I
The B
know
plan, the
what you
C
do.
plan.
You go to play football, I know, right? Uh, give your brain some slacks, mean relax. Give you some relax in your brain, like go to the beach,
Yeah.
drink a beer, play football, drink a beer after the play, like some expression that you learn and internalize in your mind, right? It's very good to expand your English.
Yeah.
But that's it, guy. I have a lot of methods I follow. I When I want to improve my British accent, I follow a guy from Manchester. I use to watch this video, and I sometimes I go abroad, like I went to Vancouver last year and enjoy the place there. I could talk to everyone by myself without difficulty,
Very
right?
good. Very good. Right. Uh, Jeff, please let me know.
You want to know everything. I'm an old guy like Alexandre. I'm 66. And I don't like online methods. I don't like Duolingo, memorizes, and I really don't like this. I don't appreciate it because I have my own methods. I have my limits. As I said, I in the past I study a lot grammar, accent, pronunciation, and so on. I love books. I have a lot of books. I love to read books. I'm reading books all the time,
Good,
and
very
I
good.
think this is so good. About day to day, I used to read newspaper. I used to read at least two newspaper about economics, and I love to read all of them. And when I'm reading, I see the new expressions, the new words. But as I said, sometimes I have a new word, but we never use it. Why I must memorize this? You must
But how
memorize
to
something that
to
useful. Everybody
improve
is
your
using.
listening?
Huh?
Like you want to listen something from American lectures. You would like to say something about in the video. And then you hear the video, you can understand the video completely, 90%, 95%. Because,
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
do?
I have no problem about this. For example, the last week I watched a series from Netflix in English, 4 episodes, only in English. Sometimes I put subtitle. It depend of the context. Depend of the
Mm-hmm.
context. You have a lot of slang and so on. You must have subtitle. But if you haven't slang, you can't use subtitle. You can't use. Um, I think that's the good opportunity. And as I said, and about watching, I love to watch. I watch. I don't like Trump. I don't like the accent of Trump and the words of Trump. I think it's not so good for me. I
Me
really don't
too.
like. I don't appreciate Trump.
Me too.
But I love to watch, for example, the speeches of Barack Obama, Kamala Harris. It's so easy. Biden is impossible to understand. Terrible. I try to understand, but I can't. I have difficult to understand the speeches of Biden. And I have some YouTube channel like Yuval Harari. It's a different accent. It's very interesting. I used to to watch. And just to finish, I used to write every day. I used to write. I have an app. It's called Grammarly. It's excellent grammar. And I use this a lot. When I'm writing the grammar, oh, this is not a good word or expression. You need to put this and that, try this and that. It's very interesting. For example, here sometimes I take the questions here and put in grammar. The grammar used to say, this is not the right expression. You need to change this expression. You have a big problem here. It's so
Hard.
nice, so nice, so nice. That's it.
Guys, good to see that everybody here has your own method or different method, and it's interesting to understand that everybody has your own path. So it's good to know what is working for somebody, but it's important to create your own method and to discover what works better for you. For example, for me, I don't like to watch a series. I don't know why, but I don't like. But I think it's important to watch videos. So I watch some videos on YouTube or course in English. I want to learn more about something. So I watch a course in English and I can understand new words and get some vocabulary. So it's interesting to discover your own method and what works better for you. Oh, it's interesting because sometimes we say, "Oh, this is the best method to learn English, to learn French. This is the..." So hard. And other kind of promise is learn English or learn other language in 3 months. So, and this is the number three. Why do you think some people promise that learning a new language can be fast? Is it realistic? What do you think? And what level it's realistic or not? Let me know what do you think about. Juliano, please let me know what do you think about this.
I think in about learning a language or other thing, we are always learning, you know. Like in Portuguese. We are fluent in Portuguese, but there are a lot of words that we don't know, you know, and rules, things like that. So I think we are always learning. But in specific in English, I think it depends on the goal each one person, because I think depend, but it's possible do a progress in short time, maybe, you know. Maybe you don't need have a long time to do a progress. For example, before talking, I didn't speak in English, nothing, you know. And I am here for 4 months, and I can talk in English, you know. So I think it's a short time, and I did a big uh process, a big. So I think it depends, you know. Depends because I can talk, but there are a lot of other things that I don't know yet. So I think it's a process, but for each one person is different, you know. But it's but it's possible. But it's possible do a progress, you know, in short time. It's important. Yeah, yeah, and it's possible. So I think like I did the 4 months, it's possible begin talking English, but not maybe talk fluently, you know, because it's a process. But it's possible to do a progress because I see a lot of people that just want to achieve the fluent and don't enjoy the process, you know. But maybe you don't need be fluent to talk in English, you know. It's possible talking English um with maybe 4 months, 3 months, you know, but not fluent because it's a progress. But it's possible. So maybe the people want to just achieve the fluence but forget to enjoy the process, you know. And I enjoying the process, and I can see a lot of my results and I really like. So I think it's possible have a good process in short time, but about learning, I think we are always learning, you know. But it's possible begin talking English with 3 months, 4 months, you know. I think depends a lot of each one and the time you are spending do something, you know. We have a lot of variables here, but in general, it's possible to do some things in short time if you have time, things like that. So that's it.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And you, Jeff, what do you think about?
I think it's so good. Promise fast learning language. So good. It's a marketing strategy to promote the idea that the rapid language acquisition to attract learners. No matter, you will never learn, but it's a good strategy to attract learners or beginners. I
Yeah.
think it's so good. You have nothing to do. Come on, you will learn English in 2 months, 3 months. Maybe, maybe some words, you need some words. And I see this as a strategy of market to beginners, to attract learners. I think this is so good. But the quick results, it's impossible. No? It's impossible. It's not so easy to learn everything, not just language, it's everything. So it's not so easy. But you can learn some, I used to say, English from guerrilla, em português, guerrilha, né? Inglês de guerrilha. I have a lot of friends with this. For example, I have a friend that never study English and have to have to spend 1 month in New York, for example. They learn some expressions very quickly, intensive English, and then with gestures and speaking some words, I call it this guerrilla, guerrilla. But to know a lot about some language, fast track or quick, I think it's unrealistic. It's impossible. Even Portuguese, it's impossible, you know. If you can't understand Portuguese very well, how can you learn the other language with promise of fast language learn? I think it is impossible. So just to finish, I think language learn, language learn is gradual, is a process that needs consistent practice and patience. We have to have patience with everything. Even life in with the relation with your wife and daughters and so on, patience. You can't learn without patience.
That's the key of life. Um, Alexandre, let me know what do you think about.
So I see a lot of college about people saying you can learn English in 90 days. It's a lie, right? It's sometimes young people, people, children, uh, intelligent children like these children who go to Luciano Huck to answer difficult questions. Maybe just children can learn English faster than other children, faster than other adults, but only a little amount of people. Uh, I guess it's a process. Every day, if you want to learn to be prepare yourself to be a doctor, you need to immerse yourself in the doctor subject. Be a lawyer, to be a lawyer, it's the same. To talk to talk in English or to learn a language, you need to immerse yourself like you immerse your body in a pool. When you go down do swimming, you need to immerse yourself in a pool, your body in a pool. It's the same if you study English today and stop today and tomorrow until next week study again and 1 hour. It's not you're not working. So I guess learn something. Uh, your process. Every day you are able to learn something special, learn some new uh, words or new behavior in every area of you are relate about, not so only English, right? Uh, but in 90 days, you learn. You can say, like, comenta levou. Ah, eu sei falar isso. Eu sei falar comenta levou. É, na pas de quoi, très bien. Isso eu sei, 90 dias. E daí? É difícil, cara.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. So I think it's hard because some kind of promise, maybe some people will be frustrated because some people really believe that, oh, good, it's I can. Oh, but it's impossible. Maybe you can, as Jeff said, maybe you can learn some expressions in a short time and communicate yourself in a poor way, but you can communicate. But talk like a native. possible. It does exist. So I think it's important to, as you said, immerse yourself in the process and do a lot of hard work and learn more. And I think it's like Julian said, you can do a good process in short time and learn more and more and or expressions, but no, you don't be an expert in English in 3 months. Impossible.
Yeah, yeah,
Impossible.
yeah. It's like you go to English school, right? You can't learn much there. I stayed there 2 years and a half, and I couldn't listen a small video because there is no listen inside the school, no time because 20 students to 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 meet in 1 hour. A teacher, 40 minutes, not on 40 minutes. It's impossible for everyone to boost the conversation, to lose fears, to boost ear. So I hear in 2008, I hear from a teacher from United States. Her name is Vanessa. I think Jefferson knows Vanessa. Everyone knows Vanessa. And she said, if you want to boost your English, if you want to become an English speaker, step away from the school, because there you can't learn anything. You need to involve yourself in English, but not in the school. You can go abroad, you can go to YouTube and follow a lot of people and follow a lot of videos and as you watch series, put subtitles and subtitle lyrics and music lyrics. You can follow and understand. But in a school, English school, it's difficult to learn English.
Yeah, short time, short period of time. So it's important to do hard work every single day if you want to improve. That's like every subject in the life. And that's the way to be better, doing a good job. Guys, let's keep for number 4. Let's talk about motivation. Julian, let me know. What motivates you to keep learning English even when it's difficult? For example, in the beginning, so difficult. What motivates you to keep doing your job and studying? Let me know.
Uh, I think in the beginner, maybe it was more easy because I had the motivation, because when I begin to something, I feel very motivation, very excited to do, but in the process, maybe the motivation leave, you know, and just stay my goal because when I begin, I had my goal to achieve the fluency, So in the beginning, I was very excited to keep it, but in the process, a lot of times maybe I can lose the motivation, but I really want to achieve the fluency, so I just keep it up. It's not about motivation; it's about because sometimes we have motivation that's so good when we have because it looks more easy to do something. But a lot of times we don't have motivation, but we need to do because it's important to do, you know. So I just really want have beautiful good in English. So I just you do it. Like Alexandre said, I will do, not try. I will do. So that's it. I will do it, studying every day, and one day I'm gonna have my perfect English. Oh, almost perfect.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For me, in the beginning, it was terrible, terrible, man, because I feel I feel bad because, as I said before, I want to talk something and maybe a simple sentence and I can't. So it was terrible for me. Terrible. So for example, here in TNT, I know how to answer in my mind, the idea to answer, but I can't put outside of my because I haven't vocabulary enough. So I feel frustrated in the beginning, but that's the process. That's the process of the life. For me, I my motivation was I went to the party of my C's on the karaoke. Karaoke. I don't know in English how do I spell that. Here in the Asa Norte, Jeff no. So and in my mind, oh, English is important, but in the future. In the future, it is important learn English. Not now, maybe in 10 years. But when I was there, everybody singing in English, just our table singing in Portuguese. And in that time, I remember that I feel, so I feel bad because just us singing in Portuguese, everybody knows English, everybody singing in English, just us. So in that moment, I started learn English. So it was crazy for me. I was shocked because of that. And then I started learning English, and yeah, one day I want to singing in English, understand lyrics in English, a music in English, and so and yes, because of my my career, it's important. Learning English, articles, and reading English. So for me was that, but I was shocked because of that. Jeff, let me know your history about learning English and let me know about the number four. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
motivated. Number four.
I, I love it, what you said. You have a trigger, o gatilho, né? You have a trigger to study English. It's very interesting. And when you have the hurt, you need to to look for something to heal. And you found. That's amazing. But in my case, my motivation to keep learning English is to access resources. As I said, like books, I love to read books in English, Spanish, and so on, to watch films, and to watch newspaper. I love to. I have some channel from Argentina and Uruguay and Colombia. It's very interesting. Sometimes from Spain. I think it is very interesting. And as I said, as a professor, I need to write something in English, some articles in English, and I use this. And this is so good. And like Alexandre, I have two daughters living in Toronto. I used to go there every year, and I think it's so good. We have the goal of connected with people globally. For me, it's a kind of motivating. Not only in English, but Spanish. In Toronto, you can speak in Spanish too. So you have a lot of guys speaking in Spanish, and I used to speak Spanish and English there, not French, Alexandra. Only Quebec. When I go to Quebec, it's okay, Quebecois, yeah. And just to finish, I think when you study a new language, it's very important. For example, I need to study Python language or R language, and everything is in English. Everything is in English. If you wanted to learn a lot about ChatGPT, you must to learn about Python. If you are so good in Python, you will be very good in ChatGPT, in artificial language. And everything is in English. Everything is in English. Sometimes the guys used to translate, but sometimes it's not so good.
Yeah, for sure. Even other language like Dutch, it's easier to find results English to Dutch and Portuguese to Dutch. So it's it's hard. The most part of the content of the internet are in English. So English is a key. And you, Alexandre, let me know.
So what motivates me is keeping going with my mind, uh, uh, try to understand everything until I die. So I have a lot of time, free time, because I'm retired. I married to a young woman, so she works 7 to 7, and I spend almost the day alone. And I it's hard to be at home when it's raining, like today, it's raining a lot, and having not to do, right? Not to improve your mind, to fulfill your mind, and you start to watch global, and it's not good. And then I decide, since I retired, yeah, I would like to be an English speaker. Some people doubt about it, that my children even, they doubt, why you are studying English? Because I need to fulfill my mind, because I work in a place where there was a lot of people every day, and I have a straight relationship with these people every day in a cashier, as a supervisor, sometimes as a manager. I was talking to everyone every day a lot, and then I retired. So what I could do with my time, and then I start to study to learn a new language. And now I'm very uh, certain that every day we have something to learn. Until the day you die, you have something to learn, something new you can learn and boost your knowledge, your behavior, your relationship. And English is one of the good decision, because now I know I don't speak English like a native speaker, but I can make them understand me. I know that because I went there and I stayed there for almost 40 days alone, live in a house with a couple, a old couple people, and every day they were talking to me in English. In a street, in a class, because I stayed in a class there in the IAC school, and a lot of people from all around the world talking English, like a great community talking English every day. It's a hilarious for me, a 70 years old person doing that. Some people say, "Are you are like you couldn't do that. You are so old to do that." No, I am not old. My brain is becoming younger when I learn new way to live, to say, to express, to behave. Yeah.
Very good. Very, very good and good point. I think it's good to think like you are thinking now. So important. Guys, just to finish this immersion, we have short time, but the, one more just to finish. I skip for the number 7, okay? 7. If you could give an advice to someone who is just starting to learn English, what would you say? A tip for a guy here on YouTube that watching this immersion and want to learn English. Alexandre, please.
In one sentence, immerse yourself in a language. Only. Do it every day, at least 1, 2 hours. If you immerse yourself in a pool, you probably will go to the deep of the pool, right? Go deep in English.
Very good. Very good. Jeff, please, your tip.
Okay, don't be afraid of making mistakes.
Good.
They are part of the learning process. Consistent kids all the times, practice little day by day. There is no shortcut in learning a new language. And just to finish, as I said, like Alexandre, patience, patience is essential. This is the art of the progress.
Perfect. Juliano, let me know what do you think about.
I would say respect the process and keep it up studying. Just it, I think.
Yeah. Guys, and my tip, do every single day, just a little bit, every single day. It's important. And do in your own method what works for you. Oh, I don't like series. Okay, no problem. Don't watch series. Read a book or listen to a podcast. Discover your own method, what works for you. Guys, it's all for today. Thank you so much. Let me paste here the forms. Yeah, I forgot. So that's the forms, the survey. Please let me know what you think. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you, Alexandre, Jeff, Elias, Julian
So good to
Elias.
see you.
Thanks so much. See you. Take care. See you next week.